Tonight, he'll be speaking about diplomacy through arts. So we please welcome on stage Olivier Tarpaga.
Good evening. My name is Olivier Tarpaga, and I was born in Burkina Faso in West Africa. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country in West Africa. It's about north of Ghana, in the center of West Africa. It's dry, and the biggest resource we have for the economy is cotton. And we are one of the best organic cotton producers in Africa. And Victoria's Secret actually worked with us, right? Funny, but it's true. So look out. So I am a dancer and a musician, and I happen to cook. I love cooking, so I took it seriously, but I can't call myself a professional. So what happened is, in Burkina, arts is one of the biggest, most important thing we have as a wealth. The problem is the artists are treated as a second-class citizen. But they know that when there's an event, you have a death or you have a baptism of a kid in the family, the artists are first. And when you have war, they call us first to sing and then to find peace. And when they have peace, they may want us to keep pushing it. But then when they leave that, so we are almost second-class citizen. So what happened is me traveling around the world, very lucky. I live in Philadelphia. I teach in big institution at the University of the Arts and at Princeton. So I'm very fortunate. So what happened is I wanted to go back home and do something different. So I went home, and with my life partner, Esther, who's sitting here, and also my childhood friend, Wilfried Sully, went back home and said, let's create a festival called Nomad Express. And then I wanted to call it Nomad Express because as an artist, when I'm traveling as a musician, I go to places for let's say I was in India and then the government paid for it. So we will land and then we perform today, and then by the time you went to bed at 2 a.m., at 5 a.m. you have to be in a plane. Then you get to the other place, and then the same day you finish, then they want you to be in the next plane, and then it's like express. We're all sleeping in planes. My address is a plane seat. Everything was like, whoa. So it was so express. So I was like, okay, I feel like my life is express. So we created Nomad Express to bring artists from all over the world in Burkina to sit down and breathe and mentor people. Because when you go to festivals, you have workshops in dance, in music, in this and that. But I thought that Burkina was so rich into arts that I wanted mentorship. So many artists came from Japan, from Taiwan, from a lot from the US, Burkina, and all the wonderful places. So then we mentor people for about 3 weeks. So you get one dancer and one choreographer. So I have to be an emerging dancer and an established choreographer. And then music, we did the same, and visual arts. And we also did the same with lighting design. And then we create an evening where everything is created the same day. I put all the mentors, all the mentees in the room, and I lock them in a theater, and I say, you have 5 hours to create the show that is sold out tonight. So then everybody is freak out. So so forget about everything you've been doing. Now you won't just create it. The mentees has to dance with the mentors. The mentees has to play with their mentors on stage, and the lighting has to be created live. Everything has to be created live. So this was during the live performance when I was doing the sound check, and that was during the mentorship actually. So what happened is, the audience is coming in the room and they have no idea what's going to happen. So they would sit down and then we have a 45-minute clock and then go. Lighting design start and then somebody start a movement and then the music goes and things happen. And because for me as an artist, it's when I'm not serious that my best my best spices come out. Because for me, dance and music are like food. If you're cooking, you have to know who is sitting on the table. If you put too much salt, the elders are gone. They're gonna die, heart attack. If you don't put enough spices, the youth are gonna complain. So it's always like the mid-aged people in the middle trying to like navigate and Miami telling you, it's all good, don't worry, you're good. But you know, you have to encourage you, knowing that it's not always good. So we did that because it was extremely important for me to push it to the next level. And then the emphasis was about diplomacy through the arts. Because during the Bush administration in the US, the American government pushed diplomacy with others a lot because America was looking horrible overseas. So I'm an African man who live in America, who took a citizenship and has to go defend America in Africa and in other countries. And it was the weirdest thing to do, and I did it. And so I would go somewhere, and then they would ask me, where are you from? Because at the US Embassy, people are standing there. I'm like, Los Angeles? You don't speak like you're from Los Angeles. I'm like, yeah, but, American. You know, they're like, yeah, you're from Africa, right? Like, I'm a mayor, come on. So, I have to explain myself all the time about who I am, and it was very complicated because the American guy with a French accent who looks like he came from, I don't know, Senegal, and I'm actually from Burkina. So then it was important for me to explain people because the Bush administration sent a lot of artists, like an army, to go and mentor people in many countries and then show the different face and creativity of American culture. And I did that. And I just did one in Burkina 3 weeks ago with Esther. And it's still happening. And this is a technique that the American government is doing that I find very, very strong. And I took it back home. And we started having conferences with diplomats and many artists about the importance of artists that can go to places where the suit of the diplomat cannot go. And that's true. We reach to many people. We go, I'm sitting here right now, and I can touch your hearts and go into your brain more than a diplomat sending and trying to explain you how to avoid nuclear bombs. So that's what I wanted to talk about. That's others are diplomats, and they're not second-class citizens. They are on top, and it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you can touch people and change the world. Thank you.